I know what you're thinking. Why, oh, why didn't I take the blue pill? But it's too late. You've taken the red pill, and now you'll see just how far down the rabbit hole goes on this next episode of I'm Not Famous. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the show. I've got so many people on at once. This is awesome. If you're watching on YouTube, you're seeing all of our faces. If you're listening on the podcast, you can just hear us. So if someone makes a funny face, I'll try to describe it. Who have I got with me? I've got Steven. I've got Danny
Hello.
T. I've got Adam.
Hey, hello.
Adam's still the FBI's least wanted man.
Where is he? Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
We're in Bentley.
It's down in the shops.
I love that one. I can't resist. It's just funny if that were like an actual show. And the least wanted men in America. Top of the list, Adam Campbell.
And they just scan. They just go, that one. Not looking for you. You're fine.
This is random, but obviously we're all on lockdown, the whole globe with pandemic, and all you can do is watch streaming. But I watched McMillions. That was fantastic. And if you haven't watched it,
yes.
I won't say anything, but definitely watch it. It's funny, like all the strange things that make entertainment now. Like we're going to talk about what are the movies going to look like now, because we're so desperate. We'll take anything, right?
I never heard of it.
But this one is about essentially, and this isn't a secret because this is in the trailers, essentially in the early 2000s, the Monopoly game for McDonald's, pretty much that was getting rigged and scammed in the US, but to proportions you could never imagine. It would blow your mind. It's very worth watching. And the FBI is involved. And it's only come out now really as something that maybe either wasn't interesting or just had to take long enough to put the movie together. But essentially, yeah, it was about them, a whole group of people scamming the Monopoly game, and essentially people were winning millions, and it was, yeah, they were scamming it. It's good though. Obviously, Adam.
Yeah, I've been trying to tell everyone to watch it. Yeah, absolutely incredible. Just such an incredible story. You just can't, as you said, you just can't believe how far-reaching it goes. And I won't, of course, I can't really say too much about what happens in it, but it's definitely worth watching. Also another really cool sort of like crime drama, like crime documentary was Fear City, New York versus the Mafia.
Episode. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I thought that was really good as well, because we know so much about the other side of it, the gangster side. We don't really know that much about the police side of things and how they actually, tracked the mafia and what they had to do and stuff like that.
Never heard of that until you just mentioned it.
Yeah, it came out
really
last
good.
week on Netflix.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's good.
Okay. I have to get prepared for the pandemic, so.
That's awesome. Where'd you get that from, Sonny?
The amazingly talented wife made it, because when she looks up on YouTube, it just happens. So she looked up how to make masks. Lo and behold, there's a sweatshop in our kitchen as we speak. A full-on sweatshop operation of mask being turned out. And
that looks metallic, almost sparkly. Can I see that again?
Yeah, it's Marvel.
That's awesome.
Were they from your old pajamas?
No, that would be weird and gross. But
his current ones,
not bad.
It's just a big patch.
Yeah, no, just the groin area.
It's from the most popular shop in Australia as we speak right now. Spotlight, not just for old ladies anymore. That's right.
Brilliant. That's awesome, man.
It's a swinging hotspot. Spotlight. You go in there, people are like, "Yeah, buying fabric." It's really strange.
They have so many things that you never thought you'd need.
That's right. Homemade Play-Doh, sandcastles, all kinds of crafts that old ladies have been doing for decades. And now we're all so desperate, we're looking for shit to do. Homemade Legos, woodworking. It's a plethora of just random shit. And Spotlight. Who would have thought that they would have made a bounce back? All the shops closing and Spotlight's like, yes, it's our time to shine. Everyone, come and pick a hobby. Oh my God. So yeah, we're all desperate for entertainment. I was curious to have a chat about what you think. I don't know, what is the next sort of big movie look like? What are people interested in now? Are they wanting some big blockbuster to save them? And I only say that because remember Spider-Man after 9/11?
Yeah.
That one, obviously, it's a good movie. I love the Spider-Man ones with Tobey Maguire. God love him and his manic gambling habits. If you know that, Tobey Maguire. He's got a whole other evil side to him, by the way. Watch, what is it, Molly's Game?
Yeah.
Watch Molly's Game. The actor who busts everyone and evilly destroys them at poker, that's really based on Tobey Maguire. But anyway, that's a side thing. At the time,
I know that.
Yeah, you didn't know that? Oh,
No,
man.
that's awesome.
That is, when I look at him now and he's just all Mr. Innocent Peter Parker, I'm like, I cannot believe this guy is a hardcore underground poker player playing against like Russian mafia and stuff and like laughing. Yeah, take this.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, at the time, Spider-Man was huge because it was good anyway, but it was riding on the back of, 9/11 and everyone in America wanting that whole band together and find a hero. And I'll tell you, it did help boost it. You know what I mean? So I'm just curious, is there some movie, do you think, that's going to bring everyone to it like that? Or is it just, I don't know, are people like whatever now? They'll just watch anything. Yeah.
Bond?
Maybe Bond.
Bond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll see what Tenet's like.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the what's the other movie you made? Yeah, the other weird Nolan movie that everyone loves.
Inception.
Yeah, it's Inception 2, right?
Inception 2.
It looks like that's exactly what it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, Inception 2, deeper down the rabbit hole. I don't know. Any hope for something like Top Gun?
I still want to see it.
I
honestly just forgot about Top Gun until you mentioned it just now. Wow.
Yeah.
What fantastic
that didn't
marketing.
even come out.
They must have great marketing.
That didn't happen.
Danny goes, oh, is that still coming out? Yes.
Oh, like Avatar, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Avatar.
That's still coming out.
Oh, Avatar.
The first
shooting that in New Zealand at the moment.
I'm not really giving too many craps about Avatar. But
I feel like James Cameron's hologram will be directing Avatar.
Oh my God! Does anyone care about Marvel, or do we not even care about any of those movies anymore?
They've got little things coming on, don't they? Just really small projects.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Yeah, I mean, COVID hit everyone a bit hard with obviously production and stuff. How would you feel if they released something on streaming? It's not the same, is it? It's not the same as going to the movie theater and enjoying it with the audience around you, laughing for the first time. It's just not the same, is it? It loses all of that at home.
Actually, one movie I am looking forward to, I was saying to DT the other day, is Unhinged with the new Russell Crowe thriller.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the one you
wouldn't mind seeing that?
He goes apeshit in the car at the woman?
Yeah, the road rage film.
Yeah, but do you realize what that looks exactly like? Do you remember Falling Down with Michael
Falling
Douglas?
Down, it's exactly what I thought of when I saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's taking the same
but it did
approach,
feel like that.
But I'm like, I feel like I've seen this before. Urban white man in his tie losing his
having a bad day.
All he wants is her to say sorry.
Yeah. I know.
Just a sorry is all he wants.
Just be polite. Even in this crazy apocalyptic pandemic world, be polite.
Yeah.
Be respectful. Yeah, he does look, Russell Crowe's put on just enough weight so that he actually looks scary as hell.
Yeah.
He's menacing.
He's menacing. Like if
Yeah.
he were to raise his fist, I think he would have looked better in that in Gladiator if he were a bit beefier. He would have been terrifying.
Marcus Aurelius.
So yeah, there's not a lot on the horizon. That's a bit sad. What do you think about Bill and Ted Face the Music?
That's what I'm probably most excited for out of all this.
Now, I have to mention something about that with all the movies and the re-envisionings where they end up erasing your favorite heroes. And I'm sorry, that happened with Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker in Star Wars. And I know Adam and I probably differ a little bit. Like when we've all watched the recent ones, we come out going, oh yeah, it was all right. But then afterwards, I usually get pretty negative and go, yeah, I didn't mind. But then I start to let it sink in and I get pretty unhappy. But yeah, like Star Wars pretty much just canceled Luke. You know what I mean? Cast him aside like nothing. You know, Terminator, the latest one, Dark Fate, that pretty much just completely took it. Tell me it didn't. It just took the whole plot and threw it in the trash. Oh, yeah. None of that. John Connor, literally his whole life and that whole adventure with Terminator 2 never happened and was pointless.
Yeah.
It was actually this girl who saved the future. That does hurt you when you're invested in these characters. And they go, man, let's throw it in the bucket.
Forget everything.
I'm just saying this based on the trailer. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to spoil, but there was a part where the woman from the future was saying Bill and Ted's last names, Bill S. Preston Esquire, Ted Theodore Logan. She only said their last names, and I'll be honest, there was an edit in there, an obvious edit. Pretty sure they edited out the first names. My feeling is that's alluding to the fact that their daughters are actually going to end up writing the song that saves the universe.
Yes.
I'm just putting that out there. Is that okay with you?
Almost like what I assumed from watching the rest of the trailer anyway.
Yeah.
Again, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm always happy if it adds to the story and it's part of the story. I'm not one of those
But
haters.
that doesn't mean their part is not relevant to their story.
If they were to literally not be part of writing the song that brought the universe together, which was the entire plot of both of them, it's a bit sad. I just don't get why they do that. Just because they want to up a bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. That might be something we still look forward to. What about The Matrix? And I'm sorry to say that's a tough one because The Matrix alone still, I think, I love it. It's fascinating. And the sequels just completely destroyed the whole deal. So where do we go from there? Do we forget the sequels? Is that how we go?
Do you remember the anime short stories they did?
Oh, I never watched that.
I didn't know about that. Though.
There were a couple of really good ones in there that I really liked. That were sort of, filled in the gaps.
Like a series,
it was just short stories.
Okay.
But I thought they were very good. But yeah, I mean, definitely the first one, had a very high bar to reach. I completely, again, that's another one I completely forgot about as well. The fourth Matrix. I don't know. Who knows what that's going to end up being like?
Yeah.
Well, this was
the footage yet anyway.
So do you think, in a bigger picture, do you think franchises are just some of them are going to start dying and they should let them go, or at least let them rest? Let them rest before they awaken.
Yeah. At least a resting period would be nice sometimes.
Yeah. Like, remember Charlie's Angels? That just got rebooted in the 2000s. Then it just got rebooted now.
Yeah.
And you know what happened? No one gave a shit. Because they're like, wait, we just had a kind of a reboot. Like, you can't just keep going and keep going. Do you think Hollywood is just pushing too hard?
Yeah.
It's going to ruin everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing with Spider-Man, isn't it? They always seem to renew Spider-Man every couple of years.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know how many more times they can reboot that. But,
well, I think they're sticking with Holland. That's why they chose a young actor.
Yeah, well, I think
so
that's
they don't
good.
have to do that.
So they don't have to keep renewing it over and over and over again.
That's the new Wolverine.
Toby will always be my Spider-Man.
Yeah, so true. So true.
Like Michael Keaton will always be my Batman.
Really? Well, now Batman, that's a perfect segue. So Batman.
I think Val Kilmer's my Batman.
Really?
I was gonna say, George Clooney.
Now you know what?
George Clooney's yours.
Not the Clooney stuff.
No, Val Kilmer is my Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
But
that's what I mean.
Not Batman. But he's my Bruce Wayne.
I like that. I respect that.
Good point.
Fits as Bruce Wayne.
Excellent at playing just as a dual role. You really believe them as Bruce Wayne, and you really believe them as Batman. Whereas, it's quite hard to do those two roles and make them quite distinct, I think. Anyway.
No, that's it. And
that's good. Where are you going with that?
Yeah.
Did you guys remember him in The Saint?
Yes,
I remember the movie.
I like The Saint.
I don't remember it.
Yeah. That was pretty decent.
I like the saying. It was like, the Bourne Identity James Bond feel. Kind of thing.
Definitely.
But
very underrated.
Batman. So, we're going in the younger Batman when he's still getting all his gear together, and it's like younger Batman from what's his name from Twilight. Yes, it's the young Batman now.
That's Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
So apparently there's been some snippets of the Batmobile. It's more like a cool souped up Camaro with stuff on it, but you can still see that he's starting with basics. Are you interested in seeing that sort of the evolution of Batman, since we've seen Batfleck, which is Batman going, I'm getting too old for this shit. We've seen the old Batman. We've seen, I suppose, the Tim Burton Batman was maybe, I don't know, Batman at his best, and the Nolan Batman was Batman at his most, I don't know, most torn and tormented.
It wasn't that bad.
No. I love the Nolan Batmans. Absolutely, yeah. The Dark Knight is fantastic. That's a masterpiece. But do you think
the new Batman's going to have an absolutely amazing cast, and it's got everyone, an amazing cast in it, hasn't it?
Dano as the Riddler.
Yeah. What's her name? Zoe Kravitz. She's going to be Catwoman.
Yeah.
And God knows,
Colin Farrell's going to be the Penguin.
Yeah.
Amazing cast.
A cast doesn't always make it work.
True. Very true.
Good squad, I guess.
Ruby Rose, by all means, is actually, she's an interesting actress, but Batwoman was just a balls up mess, and she ran away from that. And the fans ran away from that too. And it has nothing to do with being female centric. If it's bad, it's just bad.
But they
they
just replaced her straight away. Yeah?
I don't know. I don't keep
up with it.
They did replace it, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah. And then just made a side story that she just went away.
Oh my God.
So maybe open to
It's just so sad. Do you think action movies are sort of dead? Are people not looking to that kind of movie anymore? Because I was actually watching.
Oh really?
I was watching the.
Did you watch Extraction?
Yeah.
Extraction. Thank you. Yeah. I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
And John Wick. People are still loving John Wick.
John Wick. That's true.
The old guard with Theron.
Yeah. Just watched that recently as well. That wasn't too bad either.
Yeah.
So why does something like Expendables sort of fail? No, because it seems like because I watched that again recently, I thought this had the potential of just really being so much fun, and it was just
they kind of
sad.
Bland.
Yeah.
After effects, special effects.
There's not much real heart in it. No one really cares for it, I think, involved. Doesn't look like it. Like there's any real chemistry.
Well, that's it. You have to care about the characters, but again, that is sad because like Expendables 2 and 3 contained all our most lovable characters from the 80s.
Yeah.
And so that doesn't work just to throw them in a movie, does it? You actually need to have someone write and direct something.
Reunion.
Yeah, a forced reunion. Yeah. I think anything you put Bruce Willis in is going to be a forced reunion. He's just going to say, do I get paid now, or is that when I go? Is it on my desk? Or are you going to, here's my BSB number. You want to just go ahead and deposit it? And then how do we work this?
Speaking of Bruce Willis, I think he has 5 films slated for VOD in the next 2 months. I've just noticed on the trailers that are up and coming.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
There's one with him saving some girl in a medical center. There's one with him in a home invasion. It's kind of let's make a scenario and put Bruce Willis here.
That's it. How many times can we redo Die Hard, but on different things? Yeah. On a ship. Yep. Underground. Yep. On a plane. Nick Cage is the same because I guess he's still paying off gambling debts.
He's still good though.
Yeah.
What's that one I just saw where he was in the jungle and there's some animal escaped on the ship?
Oh, Primal. Did you watch it?
You watched that? It's good.
I watched 10 minutes of it and I laughed out loud, and then I think I went and ate lunch, but I might try it again.
It has a good cast in it too. I had a look. It's got Christopher from The Sopranos and a whole bunch of random actors in it.
What?
Yeah.
Primal. Okay.
Yeah, you got to get on board on these random things. I'll try and watch it again. I'll see how I go. But
we should have like a viewing party of watching Primal.
That's great.
I wouldn't mind seeing him in another National Treasure. Yes, they're cheesy, but they were fun.
Frank Walsh. Wow.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Give that a watch.
Okay. He's good in Color Out of Space.
Yeah.
That so that was probably the last movie I think I saw before the lockdown. Maybe I can't
Primal's
remember.
got 4.8 on IMDb.
Adam Campbell gives it a 1.
Don't be a
worst film I've ever
IMDb
seen.
snob.
Poor Nick.
We can't.
Maybe, he needs to start embracing some nostalgia, and I think we need something like Valley Girl where he's the dad. He needs to go all the way back to the beginning where he's like back to the valley and he can do Valley Girl, but now he's got kids and they're giving him a
like the musical.
No, that was his first.
That got remade.
What is that?
Valley Girl.
That just came out on Stan 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I saw it with the girl from Happy Death Day. Roth.
Yeah.
Jessica Roth, no? Roth?
So I think so, yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
So I thought you would have seen it, Sonny.
No, I'm disturbed. Well, I just thought it'd be good if he were a dad and he just embraced his old days and
Color Out of Space. He's a dad in the family. He's great in it.
Yeah. How's Mel doing? Now I'm just going through all the oldies, and what's that one where he was in a hotel and got in a big fight? I didn't watch that either.
That was
when there's a storm?
That was real life, Adam.
Yeah.
He told me about the storm one.
It's a documentary. Mel gets in a fight in a hotel. Oh, that was in the news. That's not a movie.
Yeah.
That was a movie.
I thought that was Russell Crowe.
Wow.
The ultimate like action like setup, isn't it? Russell Crowe versus Mel Gibson. Russell Crowe's like there's a cop and then Mel Gibson's like a drug dealer.
Yeah, and Russell Crowe
like a Heat too.
Russell grabs a phone and hurls it across the room and smashes it into Mel's head, and then fight ensues.
And then it's on.
Oh man. Well, I guess we need some new blood, but the problem is with new blood, you have to care about the people. And like, I know I go on about Star Wars, but man, Star Wars is just going on, and it's so sad that they just cannot get their shit together. They're all in panic mode. They're getting rid of Kathleen Kennedy, whether you think it was her fault or not. I do feel like she pushes a political view, and a movie, it doesn't always need to be the platform for something political. You know what I mean? Can't it just be entertainment? We don't have to try to fit stuff in that's cringy or whatever, just because someone has to use it as a platform. But they're pushing her out, and they're trying to get Lucas in, and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni to try and fix the world that they destroyed. Do you think there's any hope that people even care as fans or even mild fans about Star Wars, or should they just give it a rest for a good long year?
I want to see more Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's fantastic. But that's a side story which Jon Favreau was able to start fresh and separate from all the mess they made of the sequels.
The main line, I'm pretty. I don't hope to see any more of it.
Well, it's sad because I was watching Serenity, Firefly.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, this is how you make characters that people care about. It was as simple as that. Everyone in that movie, when they got hurt or they got killed, I actually cared about them because they're all so awesome and well written, and just I care about them. When I look at the Star Wars sequels, I literally could give a shit about Rey, Finn, or Poe. I just don't care. I don't care if they like each other or they get run through with a lightsaber. That's the thing. They just couldn't make that buddy film. And Firefly and that camaraderie is there. Obviously, yeah. All the original trilogy, they sit alone and they cannot be touched. They're fine. But everything they've tried since then has just been so forced, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
So yes, do you think even if they, because look, here's one of the things they're looking at doing. They're thinking of trying to sort of retcon it by maybe doing another movie that may even have Mark Hamill again and other characters, where they sort of erase the sequels, or say they were an alternate timeline like Star Trek.
That sounds like what they did for Halloween.
Yeah, see? But does that
got rid of all the...
Does that make it worse?
I feel like that's done.
I didn't.
It's been done twice with Halloween, because even Rob Zombie's Halloween kind of done its own thing.
Yeah, that's true. Well, no, that was technically a remake. This was kind of continuing from after the first one and just erasing 2 to 9 or 10 or whatever it was, and just starting from there. So, yeah, it's look, it worked. It was a good movie. It was a genuinely good Halloween film. Danny McBride did well writing it with David Gordon Green, but I don't know if that'll work in the Star Wars universe. Will the fanboys put their knickers in a knot about it? Or I don't know. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, so I don't really care too much. But what do you guys think?
Am I the only Star Trek fan here?
Star Trek, yes. Star Wars.
Well, Star Wars, I'm a big fan. Star Trek, not so much.
See, I'm the opposite.
All right, well then, we'll see.
I mean, with Star Wars, though, I mean, you know, I think one of the big problems they had with these films is that they didn't really have an idea of what they're going to do. They had an idea for the first one, The Force Awakens, and then they didn't really have anything for like The Last Jedi or whatever the last one is called.
I lost interest after the first one, The Force Awakens.
Yeah, but they didn't have any. They just didn't have a story. You know, they had a couple of characters and stuff, but then no decent story to be invested in. So if they're going to do it again, they've got to, you know. That's the whole reason why, you know, the first Star Wars films worked so well, is because Lucas had written them all out as one big film, and it was just broken up into 3 films. Yeah. You've got to do the same thing with this. You know, they've got to have a decent idea of what it's going to look like and what it's going to be. It doesn't even have to be in the same characters. It can be in a completely different world, you know. That's the great thing with Star Wars. It can just be anywhere with brand new characters, and it can just all start all over again. But,
I know it can work because Rogue One worked.
Yeah.
I like Rogue One. Did you like Solo?
Rogue One worked, and I didn't mind Solo. I didn't think it was amazing.
No.
I didn't mind it though. But Mandalorian definitely is probably the best thing they've done.
Like
yeah. Definitely think like the Mandalorian's the best that they've done so far though.
Yeah, well, again, he just, you know, good story, and try to be faithful to some sort of story arc somewhere. It has to connect somehow. You can't just go Rian Johnson Rogue, and this is what you get. That's the thing. You can't.
Leia.
You can't let a director just have full vision on these when it's part of a whole. You know, you can't. A one-off maybe. Director, let him go nuts. You know, Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. You know, things like that. Let him go nuts. But you can't do that when there's already a story there, and it's already all embedded in people's minds. So all the franchises, are there any hope for any of them? Have any of them done well? Because again, I'm talking about Aliens, talking about all of them.
They're all Disney now.
Even Aliens, because of
Fox.
Fox, yeah. So that's the other thing.
So yeah, we're gonna have a Disney Aliens.
Is it that there's too many hands in the pie and there's too many people making these decisions, and it's all Disney?
Yeah.
On a similar subject, do you think they're going to have like a Disney Plus for all the Fox films? Because I think they're all like in limbo at the moment, aren't they?
Yes. Huge library.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, because Disney Plus right now is kind of meh. It's just all the Disney cartoons and Star Wars.
and Simpsons, actually. Yeah.
And Simpsons, which is fine.
Yeah.
But
Disney Plus.
That's the only thing I watch.
Plus.
I think actually in the States, though, I might be wrong, re-quote me on here, but I'm pretty sure it's actually a part of Hulu, which is their version of Stan. And I think they're one company. So if you get Hulu, you can also get Disney Plus and ESPN, which are owned by the same company. So I think that's how they're doing it over there. But here, I don't know what's going on with the 20th Century Fox films.
So with all this streaming, are you happy if this was movies for the next 10 years of your life? Just curious.
As long as we don't have to watch movies like The Greyhound.
Oh, man. Now that's funny. That was the next movie I was going to bring up. It's actually,
I was going to say, it's on your screen. It's up there.
So I've been so desperate, I thought, hey, it's a movie. And it's out.
That's what I thought.
And hey, it's got someone I like. And Tom Hanks. Now, my first gripe about that is do not put someone in the titles if they're not really in it. Starring Tom Hanks and Elizabeth Shue. Elizabeth Shue was in it for 2.5 minutes. Right?
Yeah.
That's just stupid. So it's just Tom Hanks. And the thing about that movie...
Like Laura Dern's character in Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, man. Yeah. Hello. Greyhound, fantastic in the way that it was a Discovery Channel movie. Very accurate and very professional, as if you were on board a battleship in World War II and learning how to be an officer on board. That was the movie. Okay. Yeah, it was all process and no passion and fun.
So was it like a Nat Geo movie?
It seemed like a full Nat Geo documentary, but done really well. But mostly just fact. You know, yeah.
No fun involved at all. Zero fun.
No, it was all just like protocol. Captain, sign this. Starboard side, radar 2 approaching. Submarine on the bow. 27. Crew on below. Yes, sir. Sure.
$70 million of fun too to make it, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And Tom Hanks helped write the screenplay. That made me sad. I'm like, you're better than that. When did you watch that?
Last week sometime.
What was your face like during it? I'm curious. What were you just sitting there?
Dozing off, to be honest. Trying to stay awake. I think, no, it was last Saturday. It was last Saturday movie night. We thought we'd watch something cool. And like this was getting promoted the hell out of every ad in YouTube. So like, okay, let's finally watch it. Nope.
Yeah, but if you want to go into training to be World War II naval officer, watch Greyhound.
It'd be a good corporate. Yeah,
it's a good corporate ad. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting you said that, because my dad made a big deal about it coming out and watched it the night it was out and loved it. And I was like, should be a cinema type job, not a, but he did watch it with surround sound and all that.
I would not want to watch in the cinema. It looked really bad. That's like they're clearly just in a green screen room and they're pretending to be in the ocean. It's not fun at all.
They filmed it in COVID times now.
Yeah, and it's obvious.
Yeah, well, it made U571 look spectacular. And that was not
U571. That was great.
Yeah. With
watch that any day of that.
With Bon Jovi.
Yeah, very historically inaccurate as well.
Yes.
I watched Below recently, and that was fantastic. That still holds up really good.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one? The haunted submarine movie?
No.
Mention that.
Oh.
Bruce Greenwood as the lead. It had like a lot of random actors in it, and it's really good. It's on Stan.
Yeah, all right.
DT loved that one. I'm pretty sure that was one of your loved ones. I think.
I'm putting it back on the watch.
So nothing on the horizon that you would think would really get everyone to band together and forget all their mental health sadness and woes.
I want to watch the new Candyman.
Oh yeah.
That's been delayed again as well.
Candyman.
Yeah. The H.P. Lovecraft show will be coming out soon, won't it?
Lovecraft Country,
month?
Yeah.
That's
I think
month,
it is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that
good.
actually.
You know what's a bit of fun actually? COVID fun. Palm Springs.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. How did you manage to watch that one?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask that question.
I streamed it.
I got a screener of it, but I haven't watched the screener yet.
Yeah,
I got a screener from the Academy Awards. They sent one to me.
Yeah, just sent it to you.
He's on the
Andy
list.
Samberg is up for Best Actor.
Yeah. He's a friend
Danny's been on the list for a while. He gets all the previews. They send them to him.
Yeah.
The one that says "Do not copy" in the middle of the screen. He's got those.
But yeah, good one. Andy Samberg. And what's the female cast? Forget it.
I can't remember. Sorry.
Do we care about the Ghostbusters reboot?
Oh, far out. I forgot about all these ones.
Well, I mean, since it's taking place. I don't know if it's erasing the one we just had. Since it erased Ghostbusters, this is going to try and erase that one. They're all trying to erase each other.
I want a Tremors reboot, but that got stopped very quickly.
Now, that would be interesting. That would be good.
They made a pilot with Kevin Bacon. He actually came back for it, but it didn't get an order because it didn't go down well, apparently. But apparently it's available online somewhere. Like, I'll be honest, I haven't seen it. But yeah, that was meant to be happening, and it just didn't, which is sad.
Tremors. Now, speaking of movies,
that is sad.
I think deserve a reboot. Who was I talking about this? Well, this was Danny, I think. We were talking about if they were to do another They Live or continuation.
Yeah.
Who do you think would star in They Live? I was saying Jeremy Renner.
I was going to say Michael Cena.
Michael Cena?
John Cena, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker, oh no.
John Cena.
Sorry.
John Cena's got the muscles. I don't know if he's got his acting tact is still growing.
I'm sure The Rock can do it. He's like free now.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, but he's too much The Rock now. Now he's just The Rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He can't do normal guy anymore.
So it can't be Chris Hemsworth and The Rock?
Maybe. If it were The Rock in Walking Tall, when he was still somewhat a normal dude.
Yeah.
Now he's just too Hulkster. He's enormous.
Yeah. Big screen presence.
When you go beyond human, you can't just be the guy who lives down the street, because you're not the guy who lives down the street. You're The Rock. You know what I mean? If that guy just walked out from the corner house, be like, holy shit, it's The Rock, and he's enormous. Look at his neck. It's like a tree trunk. John Cena as well. That's not a normal human walking down the street. I mean,
True.
Roddy Piper from They Live, he's still, I mean, yeah, he was a WWF wrestler, but he's still, you put him in a plaid shirt and a work hat on him, he looked like a normal dude. And he was that every guy kind of guy.
Yeah. Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. There you go, Chris Pratt.
Yeah. Vin Diesel.
What about
you need a little bit of charm for They Live. A little bit.
Yeah.
Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as an Englishman or as an American?
As an American.
He sounds like an Englishman. It's always the same.
He can't do American. Sorry, only Hemsworth can nail American, and Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
True. So what would the plot of They Live be? What would the continuation of They Live? They're still around. They've gone underground, and now they've come back. And how about they released a pandemic on the world, and it was actually the aliens from They Live?
Too soon.
Too soon. Nothing's too soon.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly.
It can never be too soon. I mean, they did Molly's Game, which is pretty much the Tobey Maguire story. They did that.
Contagion. Too soon.
Contagion.
Make it now, and we'll make our money in 10 years' time.
All those movies are coming true. Don't you think that's just really interesting, though? All those Contagion movies from the 90s and Outbreak and even World War.
Dustin Hoffman?
Yeah. We're living it.
Oh, yeah. Bloody hell.
What's that reaction?
That was the one with the monkey, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
As opposed to what were the other disaster movies at that time? Dante's Peak and Volcano.
Volcano.
Oh yeah.
Deep Impact.
And Armageddon. There's always two.
How could we forget?
They always come in pairs.
Yeah.
Have some respect, boys. Armageddon was good.
Yeah, it was.
But only one comes with Aerosmith.
Oh man, Aerosmith.
I like what Ben Affleck said about Armageddon, which is wouldn't it have been a lot cheaper if just to trained astronauts just to do drilling instead of training drillers to do being astronauts.
Oh wow. Now you don't even need astronauts because it's just all SpaceX now.
Yeah, actually, before I joined this, I was watching that. It's really cool.
What show? What was that?
Oh, I was saying SpaceX, because he was talking about training
SpaceX.
Yeah. SpaceX is now the privatization of space exploration. And,
okay.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like Space Force?
No, it's SpaceX. They're actually
the real thing.
Real life
real thing.
or fiction?
Real life.
So it's not a show?
No.
It's not a show.
Nothing related to Steve Carell?
No.
So I haven't watched that. Is that?
I liked it.
Okay, that's a no. That's a no.
Some of it was good. Some of it was good. I can actually see there's a lot of potential with it.
It was a slow burn.
I didn't laugh out loud every single episode though.
No.
When's the last time you laughed out loud at something?
Pre-COVID.
I was reading it won't mean anything to you guys, but it was a cartoon of a Premier League thing. I might have sent it to Steve because he'll get the references. But there was one thing in it, one of his cartoons, that just really made me laugh.
What was it?
It's about this. Poppet and Hat. It's about this. It's based on this real footballer who's sort of like this tough guy and really mean, and he does somebody does a commentary, right? Roy Keane. So every time he does a commentary, right? He's really mean and he's really tough. That's how he was as a footballer. In this cartoon, there's like him being like Mr. Nice Guy, and he's like doing flower arranging and this sort of thing. It just really made me laugh. Sorry, it's not film related, but it really I had a really good laugh about the other day.
That's
Did he play for Man U?
God, that was the last time I actually laughed properly. So
yeah, he did, Danny. Yeah.
Should I watch the Will Ferrell Netflix movie?
Eurovision.
Yeah, Eurovision. I still haven't watched it. Sorry.
I'm already on my fourth watch.
Oh wow.
So that's worth watching then.
Yeah.
So I've been looking for new comedy to watch.
It's the new Pitch Perfect.
Patron says so, Adam. You've got to watch it.
It's the new Pitch Perfect.
Yes. That's it.
Danny's watched it 4 times.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah, that's got a seal of approval.
There's only a handful of movies he's watched 4 times. That's serious. What's the movie you've watched the most, Danny? Seriously. And would it be hundreds of times?
Comedy. I think as an action movie, probably Heat.
Oh yeah.
Can you see it 4 times as a kid in the cinema?
5.
5.
As a child.
Yeah, that explains a lot. That's a lot of violence going on there for a child.
Yeah. It's a lot of coffee banter.
Oh wow, what would a Heat sequel look like?
To Heat. Yeah.
Not a lot of people because most of them are dead.
Yeah. At least we got Trejo.
No, he died.
Oh yeah, he died.
So it's just Pacino, and we don't need more of that.
Oh, we still got Val Kilmer.
Barely.
Ashley Judd.
Oh God, Ashley Judd. Hank Azaria.
Yeah. All the side characters.
Oh man.
It's a classic.
Well. So that's sad. Not a lot on the horizon. That's so weird. Nah, there's always something. Is this the first time? And it's not. It can't just be COVID. Is this the first time that there's really just? Did Marvel do that to us? I'm just curious. Building us up for a decade and then with an amazing finish, and then we're all like, oh, now what?
Yeah, I know.
Well, so many things ended last year. Game of Thrones and Marvel and then Star Wars, and then all the franchises pretty much. Yeah, exactly. It all pretty much just finished last year. It was supposed to
be the Keanu's, and we had Bill and Ted, we had John Wick and Matrix, all slated this year.
So it's the Keanu wave.
Yeah, true.
Oh well, then I don't know. I might have to just fade away. I never thought I'd get to that point where I don't know. Will you still be as passionate about movies, or
not if you're like the Greyhound?
Actually, I watched the screener last night of The Rental, directed by Dave Franco, and that was actually pretty good.
Is it really?
I didn't mind it. Look, I can see why people.
I think someone sent me the screener too, actually.
Yeah, I can see why people will get
I got it in the mail.
Yeah, I got a link. Yeah, I could see why people are going to hate it, but I think for Dave Franco's directorial debut, I think it was pretty good effort and pretty decent movie, actually.
You enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it. Other people might hate it, but I liked it.
Knowing me, do you think I'll enjoy it?
50-50 this one. I don't want to say yes and I don't want to say no.
All right.
Yeah, because you do like some of the shit stuff that I like, but then you hate some of it. So yeah, we're normally on par, but it's good.
So what's the genre do you think that would be still universally loved if we can't figure out a movie franchise? Will it be a comedy? Will it be a horror? Will it be action? Or will it just be some introverted, introspective thought movie where someone sits on a log and thinks about life? Because I don't know where movies are headed. What is the next movie that's going to make everyone go, wow, we all liked this? Or because everything's so divisive lately. Love, hate. Where's the next? Oh,
comedy can be really hit and miss as well. It depends who's making it as well.
Again, because God knows Marvel movies aren't movies according to some directors.
Yeah,
they're not actual cinema.
Of course, yeah, they're not cinema.
They're not cinema. So
yeah, of course.
I have to get going if you guys want to keep going.
Right. So that's all right.
Dinner.
No worries.
Going. No worries.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah. Have fun. Thanks for having me. We should do it again next week.
Stay safe.
Sounds good.
Thank you. You too, guys.
Get masked up. All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll probably be in hospital next week, getting the baby out. So yeah, that'll be.
Hey.
Fantastic.
Yeah, there might be a dad by the time next time we get to do one of these. But yeah, good to see you, boys.
Yeah, good to see you.
Stay safe in stage 4 lockdown.
You too.
All right.
Jeez.
Talk to you later.
Peace. Love you all. See ya.
Yeah.
Well, that's sad. We've had a talk about mostly movies from the past. Looks like there's nothing. There's nothing coming. That's so depressing.
It is.
I never thought I'd be in a world where there wasn't something to look forward to, but I guess it's all on Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
See what 2021 brings us with John Wick as well. Hopefully there'll be another John Wick at least as well.
Yeah, well, that was plans for it.
I wonder if they'll just do a lot of like single films. Like there won't be franchises so much. There'll just be a lot more like big epic films, like more Gladiators or something, or more like sort of single films that are. I don't know.
You just reminded me there was supposed to be a Gladiator sequel, wasn't there?
Yeah, Nick Cave write a sequel, didn't he?
No, Ridley Scott was supposed to do another Gladiator.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
yeah, he was, wasn't he? He was going to do one. Yeah.
There you go. Oh well, we'll see what's on the horizon, and if there's anything you think about, we'll talk again. We'll try to find something. Maybe we'll have to start doing some retrospective reviews. I did one recently, just so you know. I did Twister and Apollo 13.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I reviewed sort of both of those, and you know what? I found them to still be absolutely fantastic and entertaining because both of them, obviously, it still had great writing, great directing, both of them. But you know, they use practical effects in both of them, as well as like some special effects. Like with Apollo 13, they use the plane going up and down for artificial gravity, so it's very real on screen.
Yeah.
So that holds up.
I think the glue that holds them both together is Bill Paxton, man.
And that was right. That's why I did those two. I said, you know what? Both these have Bill Paxton, and I'm so sad that he's gone because he is the perfect every guy, likable, fantastic. But yeah, so movies like that, I don't feel like that anymore. Those movies just made me feel just good watching it. I still like watching them over and over again, and I don't know where those are anymore. So I don't know. That's the sad thing. I don't know where the feel good movie is.
Yeah.
So
that's very true. Yeah, very true.
You get ones like the Green Book.
Yeah.
You get ones like the Green Book that come around.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You saw that, yes, honey?
Yeah, that was good. But yeah, we might have to start doing retrospective reviews. And tearing apart movies from the past, like, you know, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Back to the Future. Just going through them and not being mean, but just saying, oh, that's interesting. Or, why that couldn't be done now. Like God forbid they do Back to the Future ever. Hopefully I'll be dead. I don't ever want to see that rebooted. I will jump off the planet. But yeah.
Hey, I saw some straight to DVD movies, VOD, whatever they're called now. The Ghosts of War. Heard that one with Brendan Thwaites?
No.
You've come across this one, Adam?
No.
Yeah, little low budget horror. Brendan Thwaites and a lot of other TV sort of series actors. Billy Zane.
Yeah.
Billy Zane.
And also another one I watched, which was probably the better out of the two, from the same company. The Silencing. Jamie Lannister.
Really? All right, that's all right.
Right.
That was good. It's a good little thriller, action thriller.
I forget, Adam. Did you see the Peanut Butter Falcon with Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What'd you think about that?
Yeah, I did. I thought that was very good. It was very good.
Yeah.
I liked that, and I liked Honey Boy. Actually, I thought Shia was good in both of them.
Yeah.
Just shows he's just such a good talent. Such a talented guy.
He is. I think he's one of those that just did too much too soon. It broke his mind, because he was young, and
Yeah,
it definitely was too much going on. Actually, a film that I watched that I hadn't watched before, and I know it's a bit of a classic, is Event Horizon.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Sam Neill.
I'd never seen it before. It was on my watch list forever. And I thought, I'll watch it. I never watched it. And then it came on Netflix. But right, that's it.
Tell you what, I remember.
I've got my opportunity now.
I remember the nightmares of watching that in the cinema as a kid, man.
That is nightmarish, and a lot of Sam Neill's butt going on, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah.
Sam Neill naked, showing. Could have been a stunt butt. Probably a stunt butt. Maybe it was his. He was younger.
And Lawrence Fishburne, yeah.
And Lawrence Fishburne, yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah. What's her name? Jolie Richardson. She's in it as well. Who else? The thing that made me laugh though is like they would go out there, they would go outside the spaceship, right, and then they would somehow be able to just come right back in. Like without they just held their breath, and then they go out and then they come back in. Like, oh yeah, that's definitely how space works.
Yeah,
space logic.
That's a typical Hollywood producer sort of plot when they're trying to sit down and go, well, how do we shoot this? And they go, oh, just don't show those scenes, and it won't be an inconvenience. Just don't stress.
But they're doing the TV show on Prime as well, yeah?
For
Are they?
Event Horizon.
What?
Yeah, this is getting a TV show on Prime.
Okay. My favorite scene is the explanation where I think Sam Neill asks him, how do you get between 2 points the quickest as possible? And one of the regular guys goes, a straight line, dude. And they laugh at him. And he actually goes, no, it's actually 0. And he pokes 2 holes in a piece of paper and folds the piece of paper. We would fold space. And that's about how I remember.
And that's been referenced so many times in every space film.
yeah.
And I think they even did that in Interstellar. I think they did the same thing, like the drawing the crosses and stuff.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, Interstellar! I tell you, it took me at least a year, and I like that movie, and I still watch it. Where I wanted to research all the science of it, and I'm about 85% there, which is fantastic. You know what I mean? The whole deal, where when he comes back and he's inside that structure that the future them people built, and that he's inside. Mm-hmm. Putting the magnetizing the watch so it puts the coordinates in the watch, and it takes you a while.
He goes between dimensions, doesn't he? That's what he. Yeah,
but
it's incredible, isn't it?
I can't wait for the confusion in the new movie. What's the one you're saying?
Tenet.
Movie? Tenet. I can't wait to research that one for another 2 years. Going, what has happened here? My brain hurts.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Hey,
all right.
Before we go, one more film that's coming out of Netflix, Jamie Foxx, Superpowers.
Okay.
Are we aware of this one?
No.
It's...
Let's see.
1 second.
I saw the trailer for it. I can't remember the...
Project Power.
I saw the trailer.
Pretty sure this is coming out very soon.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
That's right. That's the other one.
Interesting.
Yeah, I watched that and I thought, yeah, that looks pretty interesting.
Is this like the Will Smith debacle? Remember that one?
Yeah, I think it's...
What was the superhero one? Remember Will Smith was the jaded superhero?
Oh, yeah.
Shitty.
I like that film.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron's in that as well, isn't she?
It was just a short name, wasn't it?
Hey, how'd you feel about Gemini Man?
I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, I watched it.
You actually finished it from
start to finish? And I now realize wholeheartedly that Will Smith can now only be in movies where he is his own star. Because he finally went full circle, and not only because like I Am Legend, it's pretty much just him. So he went full circle, and now he can only star opposite him. So that's it. Where can he go from there?
You can't.
He can't be in movie ensembles because he wants to take all of it. So much so that he's now multiplying himself.
Oh, man.
Hancock was the other film.
Hancock. Yeah.
Thank you.
But in Suicide Squad, it was really the Will Smith show. Don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's where it fell short.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think
he can't really do ensembles, can he?
He should do Fresh Prince versus Urkel or something. Make it like real dark. Remember Urkel from Family Matters?
Yeah.
Yeah, the little kid with the glasses. Oh no!
I know who Urkel is. I never watched Family Matters though.
Oh, you never watched...
I know of Urkel, but
I know who Urkel is though.
It's familiar.
That's the main point.
That's enough. Knowing of Urkel and that he existed was enough.
And Alf as well.
Oh wow, that would be a movie. All the 80s battling. All the 80s characters battling each other.
I watched that a few times when I was a kid as well. And Harry and the Hendersons.
That's a great movie.
John Lithgow.
Yeah, John Lithgow, yeah. That was a good film as well. Good film, good TV show.
Wow, see? And it was believable and real, and it was a real guy in a costume. And much like the original Hellboy, where it was believable and likable, the new Hellboy, I watched 10 minutes of it and I was just terrified and turned it off. Sorry. It terrified me. The look of him now in the reboot one. Looks good. I'm just terrified of him, and it's just weird and awkward. Sorry. So yeah.
It's an awkward viewing experience.
Yeah, that's how it can be hit and miss with someone in a mask. Oh, man. All right. Well, we'll definitely try and do this again. It was fun.
Yeah.
We'll get Steven back and talk about him being a dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
everyone. Well, take care.
Yeah.
Be safe.
The next one.
In lockdown.
Thank you.
Try to stay sane. Yeah.
You know, this whole pandemic was just so that they could make these a fashion. That's the truth of it. That's all it is. All right.
See you later.
All right, then.
Talk to you guys later.
Bye. All right. No worries.
Yeah. Bye.
See ya. Bye.
All right, everyone. That was the show. If you like, definitely give us an email on the link below and give us a possible movie or a subject you want us to talk about. We'll talk about anything, believe me. We are completely unqualified, but we'll still have a chat about it. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.